Your Caribou Data Science channel, Sweden. This is Monday, February the 7th, 2022. It's time for your COVID-19 numbers. But first of all, let's take a look at your mortality rate. Okay, for the year so far, for the previous 6 months. So you can see, as of February the 4th, 2022, your mortality rate's about 0.2%. Yeah, 0.2%. That's a pretty doggone low. Okay, that's a pretty doggone low mortality rate. Now, can we actually compare that to the previous? And the last time you had a big spike was all the way back over here during the fourth quarter last year. Okay, let's go and run the numbers for Sweden now. Then I'll leave us with the U.S. Of course, we'll be back at 8 p.m. on Twitch. Haven't quite decided what's on the menu for this evening. Could be SQL, could be R, could be more sort of basic fun with Excel dashboards, possibly. Uh, so let's take a look here. You can see these numbers for the previous 365 days. You can see, unfortunately, Sweden is one of those countries that it just got clobbered in January with the Delta variant or the Omicron variant, whatever it is. Even their deaths are a little higher than some other countries. Well, it's only about 750 deaths for the year so far. These spikes here is because back in the summer of last year, Sweden only had started switched to a 4-day reporting week. So they started reporting data Tuesday to Friday. So what we're interested in here is this blue trend line. And the good news is the numbers seem to be trending sharply downward the past few weeks, which is kind of interesting. 147 cases there, 240 cases. Okay. But here you can see the 14-day moving average for cases. You can see for the 14-day period in February the 4th, Sweden was averaging 36,593 deaths or cases per day. And you can see this is the bad news. After a very good spring and summer, your deaths are really starting to climb here in that last point, which is kind of unusual because if this is part of Omicron, your mortality rate is much higher, relatively much higher than other countries in terms of mortality rate, even though it's less than 0.2%, right? even though it's uh, even though it's only 0.3% mortality rate. Okay. The trouble is you're spoiled with your low numbers, and you can see that as of February 6th, uh, Sweden was averaging 37 deaths per day. Here's the weekly numbers. Here's the weekly deaths. Monthly cases, no surprises there. Monthly deaths, no surprises there. Except February has already passed these numbers here. Okay. So that does conclude the report for Sweden for today. Again, if you're watching this video on YouTube today, I would appreciate if you would click on that like button, click on that subscribe button, click on that share button, share the video today with your friends and family on Facebook and Twitter. Okay. Thanks so much, Sweden. We'll see you tomorrow with an updated report.